the high lunge, for example, I can do the contractions in slow, but what I can also do is add a little bit of bounce, a little bit of up and down. And that also, again, just changes the dynamic of the stretch. Again, if you're completely new, be careful with it, because if I'm here, the force is constant. Once I start adding a bounce at the bottom, the force is going to be a little bit more. So I have to prepare for that. But really good, again, to build a bit more dynamic movement, dynamic ability, elasticity in your movements instead of just being static. So we have this bounce, the hip bounce, really good. We can do the bounces in the sumo position. Right, and it's a small bounce. So it's not really a squat. I just want to feel that there's a little bit more stretch at the bottom. I can be just hanging out, but I can also start to include, again, these bounces. I can do only with the chest, which is fine, but you saw what I was doing. I'm doing the same thing as in that teeter-totter. I'm going down fast. I'm using my arms a little bit as a brake and then redirect the force to go up. And as I continue to do more of these, what I can do is actually bend my arms more before I touch. So I'm increasing the depth. And I can go to one side. I can do, wushu style bounces here where I have my foot flexed. Right, this is like the head to toe training. It's really popular in the movement culture community for a while. But you can do the bouncing movements here. And again, all it does is just add another dimension to what you're doing, because if you only learn to do something one way or even a couple ways, then you're limiting yourself. So you learn the basic concept, and then you take that concept and you try to figure out how to do it in as many different ways as possible, because that builds versatility, and that's what allows you to adapt to new things that get thrown at you. These are small range of motion bounces, right? The bounces shouldn't be long. They should be quick, and then I'm just gradually going further as I bounce. So I'm on one leg right now, other leg. I'm not really counting. I'm just doing it until I feel like it's helped me to go further. And obviously control it. It's a bounce, it's ballistic. But if I'm in kind of what I would consider a compromised position for my body, I'm not going to be going full power and full force with these bounces. I'm giving it just enough so I have a different stimulus compared to only being static. Right, so I'm using this object, and I'm going to slide the object out a little bit further as I continue these bounces, and it's another tool in the toolbox to help you get further. Some people do fine with just stretching and relaxing. Some people need to push an object. Some people need to lift. Some people need weight on their backs. Some people need somebody laying on them, pushing them down. And some people are going to respond well to bouncing. So it's like if you're teaching a class where you're working on this stuff, you want to have those different options, because different students are going to respond differently to all these stimulus. And sometimes even the same student, to get past another plateau, you involve another stimulus.